In 2021, police report on sexual gender-based violence indicated 14,570 cases related to sexual gender-based violence and early pregnancy. 939 of these cases completed prosecution stage, which is 42% of the cases which were prosecuted. The same report indicated that 37.3% of the girls under the age of 18 get pregnant through sexual gender-based violence.
And guardians should desist from treating children as commodities and sources of wealth, but rather human beings who should choose their rightful intimate partners.
What happens in those cases is that most times you have witnesses or victims that are not willing to testify, or the parents, let's say the mother of the victim, will come and try to influence the system so that the case is dropped.
In Uganda, cases of sexual gender-based violence are commonly reported in areas of Acholi, Bukadea, Koboko, Kayunga, Kapchorwa, Bududa, Amolatar, Kakumiro, Lyatonde, Rakai, Kween, Lamwo, Kaliro, Moyo, Nakapiripirit, Bulambuli, Manafwa and Omoro district. Sexual gender-based violence acts also affect boys.
We had a case recently that was successfully prosecuted of a headmaster. He was called Impaji Didas, who was convicted of aggravated defilement and trafficking. And the victims were male children. And you can actually also have women as accused persons in gender-based violence cases.
To reduce case backlog, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has improved on case handling.
Since COVID-19, we have so far prosecuted over 3,000 cases, and these cases have been handled through special gender-based violence sessions, through plea bargaining, and through ordinary sessions.
Sometimes acts of sexual gender-based violence are associated with injuries to the victims, which in turn need special attention.
So we refer victims to various NGOs, CSOs that can provide or that provide services, those kinds of services, based on the situations that we have and the kinds of victims that we have and the trauma that they have suffered.
Despite the remedies put by the DPP's office, there are challenges that has failed the DPP's office to carry out prosecution of sexual gender-based violence cases.
A good number of police officers, investigators, do not know what kind of evidence to collect or how to collect the evidence, and this is especially when it comes to exhibits. And once exhibits are contaminated, then they become of no evidential value or purpose. Usually when cases delay in the system, we have a challenge of witnesses or victims losing interest in their cases because they tend to move on, or they have become cold, and so it becomes very difficult to extract evidence from them.
The absence of the Witness Protection Act is still a major challenge to the DPP's office, since witnesses often shy away from testifying before court.
Victims are closely related to accused persons, so they need to be protected. Otherwise, they easily get compromised, or they're easily threatened and forced not to come and testify in court.
However, the year 2023 is full with remedies for the DPP's office to handle sexual gender-based violence-related cases.
We have particularly trained scenes of crimes officers on how to handle exhibits and ensure that exhibits are not contaminated. Prosecutors have also been trained extensively on how to handle and prosecute gender-based violence cases with a victim-centered approach and a trauma-informed approach. Our advice to members of the public is to desist from committing gender-based violence. The offenses.
According to the research conducted by UNFPA Uganda, 48,650 cases of sexual gender-based violence were reported in the year 2019-2020, and from January to June 2021, 1,142 cases were reported, and 38 cases were registered in a day.